right, hopefully we are live. Let's see. It does appear as if we're all up and running. Hey there. It's Wednesday, August 27th, 8:17 p.m. is the time. Temperature about 18 degrees Celsius, and we are not in Toronto. No siree. I am here in Quebec City, or Quebec City. I see Mimi here, Gertej, Harjat, Ali from Iraq. Thank you for tuning in. Good morning. So I got here yesterday afternoon. Daniel Barry Sports Highlight. Jeanette Morales is here. Billy T is here. There's I thought it was a revolving restaurant, but it's not. But they offer a 360-degree view. So I thought we'd just get out and do a little live stream. I don't know how long we'll be live for, but I've got a route in mind. Fernando is here. Gertej, again. Bighorn MT, it was nice to meet you as well last week, Bighorn MT. I met you on Friday night. But yeah, this is my first night here. Well, yesterday was, but it's kind of a write-off. I also fell last night and I bashed my head and my shin and I got a giant bump on my forehead. I was kind of dealing with some headaches and stuff like that. It's really kind of ridiculous. But today I had a very nice day. Let me just make sure my backpack's all done up. Yeah. I went out to the waterfall, which is actually taller than the one at Niagara Falls. It's quite a stunning place. So I made a video there. I also walked around the old city, or the old part of Quebec City. And I just had dinner at a fantastic restaurant, which we're about to walk by in a moment. But I think what we'll do is we'll head over towards the Chateau Frontenac and we'll walk around that area a bit and we'll head through the old city and I'll make my way back to the Airbnb. But I don't want to get too close to the people I was just dining next to, but this is the restaurant on the left where I was eating. L'Atelier. I had a UFO burger, but they also had tartare, a lot of beef tartare. Some people I was with had that. Jennifer Gallus is welcome to Frenchland. It's good to be here, Jennifer. And I had a local IPA. I'm not sure what brand it was. Well, I had two of them, so I might be slightly buzzed. It's all good. Just people looking at me a bit weird. But this is kind of like a street of restaurants, I guess. We came to the street to go to St. Hubert's. Then we saw all these really nice restaurants and patios, and we're like, how ridiculous would it be to eat at St. Hubert's on such a cozy European feeling street? Greetings, Marge, Choppy, Lisa, Medano. But this is just a beautiful city. Well, the part I'm staying at is slightly rough, but it's only like a 15-minute walk from here. But this street in particular is quite stunning. Gertich says, keep me posted on the Blue Jay game. Yeah, go Jays. Unfortunately, Jeff Hoffman coughed it up last night. I watched that from the Airbnb. There's the St. Hubert's. That's kind of like a French Swiss chalet. I grew up eating St. Hubert's, and then they left the Toronto area. So every time I come to Quebec, I try to have it. But I will say this is one super hilly city. I'm not sure what building this is, but it's absolutely stunning. I don't know how well the camera is doing it justice. Looks like a federal or at least provincial building. It's a government building, that's for sure. Johnny, did I take a plane or a rental car? I flew. Armchair Guru says Quebec City is the closest to Europe, a beautiful city, I would say. I mean, Montreal has the Old Quarter, but it's my understanding the Old Quarter is really an old British part of the city. Whereas this is very much French all the way through. But I don't know what this street has in store for us, but it's going to lead us into the heart of the old part of the city. And I'll be back maybe tomorrow or Friday to make a video through that part. Today I spent exploring the old city, and then I took an Uber to the waterfall. Hey, Boom Productions is here. All right, we don't have the lights, but people just go anyways. We are learning how it goes, I guess. There's a gorgeous old building across the street. There's so much history here. I would not be doing it justice if I tried to explain any of it to you. So we'll just kind of admire. I went to Poutineville for lunch. And I just had that fantastic meal for dinner. I just told you about the food here. Much like Montreal, is excellent. There's an old French dude, Duplessis. I think we're kind of near the business district. But we can see the Chateau Frontenac, which is the world's most photographed hotel, coming up. Fun fact, almost stayed there. It would cost about double where we're staying now. Let me wipe the camera lenses. Sometimes you get that nasty smearing of light at night. Lisa says, fun fact is subjective. Welcome to your province, Hélène. Oh, thank you for having me. And there's the Hilton. Where I'm staying is about a 10-minute walk on the other side of the Hilton. And you go by a pretty rough building to get there. I shouldn't laugh at it, but let's just say I'm not exactly going to walk past it with the gimbal in hand. I think they call them the Fields of Abraham, are just on the right. I think it's the most fortified city in North America. A lot of people who saw my Instagram post yesterday were saying, welcome to Switzerland. We went to a fondue restaurant last night. I'd never had fondue, believe it or not. It's actually something you'll probably believe. And we're gonna keep going down this street till we get to the Chateau Frontenac, but look at this. I think this is their equivalent of Queen's Park, just here on the left. This is their Parliament building. Oh my, that is stunning. Absolutely gorgeous, that building is. Chris says I tricked you all by going to fondue. "1763 was the Battle of Plains of Abraham, leading to the Treaty of Paris, I think. Hi to everyone who said hi to me. Workout time now." Well, at least you're getting a workout. My Airbnb said it had a gym. And I was all excited and I went into it. And there's like an elliptical, a treadmill, a couple of exercise bikes, and a rowing machine. I was like, what the hell is this? This isn't a gym. No dumbbells, no pull-up bar. And we'll get a view from the front of this assembly building. Marie Palmer says you just loved Quebec City. It's hard not to love it. You're welcome, Crikey. That fountain needs dogs. This might be a better thumbnail picture for me. Let's see if I can snap one. This or with the fountain behind me. One sec, the camera's gonna kind of bounce around and look janky for a sec. Yeah, that exposure was not very good. Yeah, that ain't meant to be. So we're gonna cross the street, get a look at this fountain. I'm gonna try to go live again in the daytime because it's such a stunningly beautiful city. You miss out a lot of details in low light. Math Doctor says quick pull St. Hubert's or Swiss Chalet. Last time I went to Montreal, I went to Swiss Chalet my first night there. Is this your first day in Quebec? Got in yesterday, late afternoon. Flew in, I didn't take the train. Grabbed an Uber from the airport. Took an Uber to the waterfall today and took a lift back. That was a fun video to record. It is so beautiful there. And I hopped on the cable car at the end and I recorded that. I'm not sure if that'll be part of the video. Lisa is not even attempting to say Hubert like the French. And that's, is it Hubert? Saint Hubert? I don't know. Every time I go to Quebec, I get roasted for my pronunciation, which is funny because I went to Paris and said a bunch of things wrong and nobody was saying anything. I mean, we don't get on your case when you don't have perfect English. That's just something the French Canadians do sometimes. But I think this signifies we're entering the old city here. I feel like I'm walking into a castle. Got that big fortified fence right there. Hubert, Saint Hubert. All right. Yeah, I read your message, Lisa. I don't know if a mod released that or not. Not all of them. In fact, we've had some of the most amazing servers. And the guy tonight at the restaurant was like, "Salut, bonjour," and he starts speaking French. And then he's like, "Would you rather I speak English?" And we're like, "Yes, please." Doctor says steak frites and four. Yeah, I can't even pronounce that. That's how bad I am. I can say merci and bonjour. It's always good to learn the basics when you travel somewhere else. Please, thank you. Hello. Où est la salle de bain? Even though they don't actually say it that way here. Hey, we're at 424 people already. Thank you so much, guys. As we wander Quebec City. This is the old part of town. I am not staying here. But it might be raining for the next few days, which is kind of unfortunate. Look at that hotel. That is stunning. They say it feels like a slice of Europe here. And whoever they are absolutely correct. I mean, a lot of big North American cities have like a little quarter that's kind of quaint and unique, but this whole city just has European vibes. Come see the Carnaval de Quebec next winter. Will Bonhomme be there? TPR says, bonjour from Montreal. Enjoy Quebec City. Thank you. Well, this is the first summer in a while I haven't gone to Europe, but I kind of feel like I'm there. It's not exactly Europe on a budget. It's kind of priced the same, but the flight was a lot cheaper. We'll just go around. Oh, they got an Ontario plate. I've seen a lot of US plates here. And the Uber driver asked us if we were American going to the falls. We were like, no, we're from Toronto. And apparently we broke a streak of like 13 customers in a row who were from the States. Johnny, are you a fan of Justin Bieber? No, I'm a fan of Shane Bieber. So we won't go down to the waterfront where the St. Lawrence is. I'll do that during the daytime. But there was a thought to go back to Montreal again, or another city in Canada. And it was one of those like, well, selfishly, where do I want to go the most in the entire country? And this was the city. Never really been here as an adult. Below restaurant. Oh, there's a cafe. I don't really want to turn and point the camera right at people, but some people getting ice cream in there. Look how quaint this is. Will the wide angle do it more justice? Jillian Felix says poutine was invented in Quebec. Hotel Louisbourg. A lot of these boutique hotels are insanely expensive. Lisa's going to Montreal in October. You get FOMO if you don't go. Jambon au fromage, $27.95. Classic poutine. It's cheaper than my classic poutine was for lunch, I think. We have some kind of promotion, but it is not in anglais. Bistro Cafe. These prices are in Canadian. I think there's about 15% tax. Hey, Brad Palmer. Brad and Marie were telling me they absolutely loved Quebec City. They're the only people I let in on this little secret as to where I was going. It's nice restaurants everywhere. Neptune cocktails. Oh, there's people there. I want to. Can we see in there that well? But we're gonna head to the Chateau Frontenac, where we should get a view of the St. Lawrence.
But like at the same time.
There's a pizzeria. Whippy Dude guessed it on Stumbles. Yeah, I think a few people guessed it. Oh, the worst words you want to hear when you try to go to a restaurant. Do you have a reservation? And look at this place. Look at those pastries. Bruschetta, $10.50, cheese fondue parmesan. What's funny, I've never had fondue before. And they give you like the bowl of cheese that's melting and another bowl of broth that's for your beef and all these like sides to dip it in and little pickles and onions. I literally took a picture of it, then asked ChatGPT what I'm supposed to do. And it told me everything. It told me what all the dips were. It told me how long to put the meat into the thing for. The waiter there was very impressed. He was like, it told you all of that, really? I was like, yeah. Well, there's the most photographed hotel in the world.
I don't have you for tomorrow.
Peter Bradfield, Quebec City is so beautiful at night. Thank you. Thank you, Peter Bradfield. Thank you so much for the $1.99. I'm not sure where you are on your road to recovery, but I wish you all the best, Peter. Good to see you here. Doing well. Thank you for the super chat. Le Petit Chateau. All right, I think the music from that car is gonna cancel it. The music from that restaurant. Crepe and fondue. Bright Sun Travels covered this covered this hotel. There's a little laneway that was full of artists selling their art. Maybe we'll head over there in a moment, but looks like we have some buskers over there. Thanks again, Peter. Matt Doctor says if I'm in the mood for a dessert after the stream, try Le Bilig. It's close by. It's a creperie that's all about charm and indulgence. Whether you go sweet or savory, their crepes are legendary. Matt Doctor, that sounded like a promo. Did you write that yourself? And that's one food I'm definitely going to have. Looks like my gimbal might be slightly unlevel, but as long as it's balanced, we're going to leave it. All right, guys.
Let's see what you got. Everybody over here, we are starting a circus show. with some acrobatics, some juggling, and a strip tease. Calmez-vous, don't worry. It's not actually going to be me. It's going to be this guy behind the light post. Quebec, si vous êtes prêts pour un spectacle cirque, if you're ready for a circus show, let me hear you say, "Oh yeah!" Thank goodness these kids are here.
Matt Bross just got to the GTA. Welcome to Toronto, Matt.
Show tonight. Everybody, hurry up! We're gonna do something cool.
We'll circle back to that.
With this here juggling device. This one is called a diabolo. Somebody's here to say, "Wow."
We got a view of the St. Lawrence. As much as I like those busking shows, there it is. I think they call them the Cascades, are just over there, an old battlefield. I thought we could get a clear view of the St. Lawrence. Let's see. Hey, Arthur Bourne is here. That's the St. Lawrence. Good evening, Kevin Hawthorne. Alex says European architecture everywhere, or French-Canadian architecture. We'll have to head down to that part tomorrow. You can take a funicular down there, or you can head down a set of stairs. Yeah, this is a Fairmont hotel. Same folks who operate the Royal York in Toronto and a number of old grand properties, not just in Canada, but all over the world. But it started off as a chain of hotels that were owned by a rail company.
If you're with other people,
There was a guy with a GoPro. He's gonna have a hard time in these lighting conditions. Matt Bross says, QC is stunning. Hard to disagree with the view we're just about to get here. Look at that. The old Canadian Pacific hotels, Billy says. Yeah, they've got a gorgeous property in Banff. There's one right in Ottawa. Of course, the Royal York in Toronto. This is the flagship of flagship hotels, though. Martin Van Owen says oldest city in Canada, right? I don't know about that, but most beautiful city, most definitely. I mean, I've got Toronto in my blood, but let's not pull any punches. She's not this pretty. Not even close. And don't let the fact that it's a small city fool you. There's actually quite a bit on offer here. Sorry about that. I was just trying to snap a new selfie with that in the background. I don't think it went so well. We're gonna get moving. We'll have to come back during the day. Hopefully I can stream here during the day, because the view of the St. Lawrence here is stunning. Lisa says too dark for selfies. I'm not new. Is it too dark for selfies? Let's see. Not terrible. The hotel's a little blown out. I know so many French Canadians who used to live in Quebec City, and I miss Quebec City terribly because of the culture and the way the shops and stores and tourist areas are built. I would believe that. Greetings, Novell Koss. Good to see you, sir. A little bit closer to your end of the country right now. Matt Bros says, bring back the Nordiques. You can see the new arena they built to attract an NHL team. Sorry, the mandatory muting of commercial music as we walk by. The sound of evil record companies dipping into my pockets. Novell Koss. Welcome to Silver Tier. Novell Koss, thank you so much for rejoining the ranks of Silver Tier. Thank you, sir. Good to see you again. I remember I got sniped by you, what, about 2 years ago? That's the hotel in Goblin Korean Drama. You always see this hotel. Tap your face on the camera to expose yourself instead of the hotel, says Greg. Yeah, I was trying to do that. Chris asking, is this all wood deck? Yes. I don't know what this is, but I think you can pay to go down in there. Part of the historic forts. Novell says less than a year ago. My memory is horseshit. One sec.
You just want a nice, even tension on the pole. I climb all the way up like this.
Tommy va voler ça,
We are starting a circus show right over here. Everybody, come watch. And nobody cares. Before I get going with the big acrobatics, I do need everyone watching to just squeeze all the way up to this yellow line. See how espace devant vous? Just avancez.
I don't really know if we want to go right up there.
The city won't shut my show down.
Mike GR, $10.
Right on this line. Great.
Mike GR, thank you so much for the super chat.
Entre âge de 6 et 10 ans. Raise your hand if you're out there between 6 and 10 years old. Raise your hand nice and yes, you, buddy. C'est quoi ton nom? What's your name? Tom? Cool. Est-ce que tu voudrais bien m'aider dans le spectacle? Cool. Enchanté, moi c'est Mason. Cool, tu peux venir ici.
Math doctor craving some hot French onion soup.
Cool. Tu peux dire bonsoir tout le monde. Ça, c'est bon. Ok, cool. On va te donner une vraie introduction. Toi, tu viens d'où, toi? De la France, parfait. C'est ton fils? Ok, mais toi, t'es pas en vacances, hein? Ok, cool. Toi, tu vas venir ici sur scène en courant. Tu vas courir autour de le poteau comme ça. On va prendre la main face au public. Une bonne salut. The crowd's gonna go crazy. Ils vont capoter juste pour toi. Bienvenue sur la scène. Welcome to the stage, everybody. Go! Parfait, cool. Est-ce que tes parents, ils sont là? Your parents are here? Ça, c'est papa? Et maman? Bonsoir. Est-ce que c'est correct avec vous? C'est cool de mettre dans le spectacle? Papa dit oui, maman? Parfait. Tes parents, ils t'aiment beaucoup? Très bien. Cool. Tu sais ce que tu vas faire? All he's gonna do is climb all the way to the top of the pole, backflip dans le bucket. On va pas faire ça comme ça, c'est like, ok, viens ici, mon ami. Parfait. Oh, stay. Now look, cool. Dans le spectacle ce soir, toi, tu vas jouer un petit peu de musique. And I am going to do some acrobatics. Si jamais toi t'es impressionné, tu frappes les cymbales comme ça.
We'll just stay here another minute.
Check bien ça.
Billy T. Thank you so much, Billy T. Afi. Thank you for the $5, Billy T. Thank you, Billy. Oops, I just
That was a little bit late.
timed that at the worst possible.
We're gonna do one more warm-up movement just to make sure that Koom and I are on the same page and ready for the show. Are you ice cream eaters ready for the show? Yeah, top notch. Oh. Qu'est-ce que tu fais là, toi? Ah, je suis kidding. Toi, t'es parfait. T'es directement en face de ton ami Antoine avec le poteau dans le centre. Vous devrez être en face de l'une et l'autre. Tu peux reculer un peu avec le poteau dans le centre aussi. Toi, tu me dis que ton nom c'est Tom, oui? Je peux t'appeler Tom? Vers quelle heure? Jamais. These do smell really good though. That was perfect, Koom. Now look, at the end of the show, if Koom continues to do a good job, Koom is going to get this here $5 bill. S'il fait un excellent travail, il va avoir le 10 piastres. Ça va pour toi? Cool. Moi, je vais mettre l'argent ici. Si tu trouves que tu le mérites, tu viens le chercher. It is time I make sure the pole is stable and ready for the acrobatics. Antoine, ça veut tirer sur toi. C'est le temps d'être bien fort. Ça, c'est parfait. Al, ça va tirer sur toi. Même chose, sois bien fort. Ah, non, non, non. Ok, viens vers moi, recule, Eric. Oh. Okay. Let's see. Can I get you, sir, in the white shirt? Can you help my friend Al? He really needs a little bit of help. Thank you so much. Let's see. Can I get you also in the white shirt with a baseball cap here? Can you help Antoine in this corner? Thank you so much. Sir, eating ice cream? Monsieur avec la crème glacée? Est-ce que tu peux aider mon Amérique ici? Merci. And I just need one more nice guy. Let's see.
Not me, not me.
Can I take, oh, are there any nice guys out there?
Nope.
Hold on, I need someone big and strong. Yeah, he'd be perfect. Can you help me out in this corner with Tom? Thank you so much. Second, guys, you're gonna take the second strap, you're gonna slide it over your head, and you're gonna slide it so it's just below your bum. Okay? You're gonna slide that over your head, just like you came into this world, and slide it so it's just below your bum. C'est très important que le poids est dans les fesses, that the weight is in your butt and not in your hands. You guys are perfect. You guys also look great. Super good over here. Look at you two. You guys are very cute together. Quebec, merci beaucoup d'être là avec moi ce soir. Je m'appelle Mason Ames. My name is Mason, and this here is Coombe from France. For the next part of the show, I need everyone to put their hands high in the air like this. Tout le monde, les mains dans les airs comme ça. Hands up, everybody. You guys, sit back, asseyez-vous dans les salles. Make sure this pole is nice and stable. Sit back. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. Everybody. Here we go. Keep it going.
And there goes the monetization, but it's fun. Johnny's tried to check out the great restaurant to visit, Anthony Bourdain's old series. No.
Tom, it is not that kind of a show. Si tu veux juste te tourner de bord, comme ça t'es face à le château là. Messieurs, oui, toi. Yeah, you sir, right here. Can you come help me, please? Let's give a little bit of encouragement, everybody. I'll try. I'll just sing off my pants all by myself. No big deal. Hold on. Sir, would you at least like a souvenir? No. Okay. Quebec, c'est maintenant un temps. It is now time for Coombe. Oh my goodness. It is time for Coombe to be the acrobatic superstar of the show. If you guys are ready, say yeah. Yeah! Wonderful. Cool. Toi, tu peux venir ici avec moi?
The bucket.
Toi, tu peux mettre les cymbales directement dans le chaudière. Now, on va faire, oui, juste ici, on va faire une petite stunt acrobatique, and then I'm going to go all the way to the top of the pole for the grand finale. Pour le grand finale, 20 feet in the air, moi je vais essayer de faire un équilibre. I'm going to attempt to do a handstand, risking my life for your pleasure. Hey.
8'5" twins, that's no good.
Toi, tu vas venir ici. Cool. Est-ce que tu vois cet homme ici avec le chandail de New York? This guy right here in the white t-shirt looking at his backpack? Can you just raise your hand, sir? Ça, c'est ton vrai papa. Toi, tu vas être face à lui. You're going to face him. Moi, je vais me coucher par terre. I'm going to lie down. Cool. Toi, tu vas venir mettre tes pieds dans mes mains. Après, on vient ici. Ici. Cool. Dad? Are you okay with this? Yes. Thank you. Cool. Est-ce que toi, t'es un petit peu nerveux? You a little bit nervous? Okay. That's good. Some kids pee when they're nervous. Cool. Moi, j'ai quelque chose pour toi. Everybody here say, ooh. Now look, cool. Toi, tu peux porter cette cape. Ça va te donner confiance et courage. Tu vas suivre les instructions et toi, tu vas être une super héros. Tu restes là, les jambes tendues. Yeah!
We'll get moving in a minute. I think this is about to wrap up.
Ouais. Prends tes mains, colle tes hanches comme ça. Mets-toi grand debout, comme c'est un fil. Tire ta tête ici, vers le ciel. Les yeux, fièrement, tu regardes ton vrai papa. Right after this, I'm going all the way to the top of the pole, 20 feet in the air, for the grand finale. Now, cool. If you believe in yourself, work hard. Si tu crois en toi, tu travailles fort. Tu vas faire tout ce que tu veux dans la vie. Est-ce que tu crois en toi? Génial. Moi aussi, je crois en toi. Je sais que tes parents, maman, je sais que tes parents, ils croient en toi. And all of these people here believe and are ready to support you. Prends une bonne respiration, de calme, confiance, suis les instructions, toi tu vas être fantastique. Can everyone just take 3 big steps in? Let's make this a little bit more intimate, have it look like a circus show and less of a garage sale. All right, cool, here you go. Le pied droit dans la main droite, just look. Parfait. Le pied gauche dans la main gauche. Super. Les jambes tendues, très fort. Les mains collées aux hanches. Les yeux levés, fièrement, tu regardes ton papa. Et souviens-toi, le fil qui tire ta tête vers le ciel. Super, c'est bien. Garde le menton levé. C'est vraiment bien. Lève le menton un petit peu. Oui. Super bon ça. Continue à sentir le corps qui te tire vers le ciel. Grand. Respire tranquillement. Sens la confiance en toi. Crois en toi aujourd'hui. Sourire pour la caméra. Oh, comment on dit ça? Toi, tu vas aller juste devant sur les taches de sang. OK, papa? C'est à ton tour. For the grand finale, I actually do need 2 people to come into these ropes. You, sir, in the white shirt, can I get you to help out Antoine over here? Just for 5 more minutes and then we'll be done. I
He's
need
picking
one
some big,
person
strong
to
dudes.
help out over here. Does any big, strong man want to volunteer themselves to come over here? You want to help out? Oh, nice. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Français? Français? English. Okay. You're going to just take that one, slide it over. You got it, okay? Toi, c'est français? Okay. Bonjour. Merci. Okay. Wonderful. Can you guys just back up a little bit here? Oh, here we go. All the way to the top of the pole for the final and most difficult stunt of the show. The handstand, 20 feet in the air, now held up thankfully by 8 strangers. Okay.
Hey, Lisa, thank you.
Toi, tu peux venir ici. Toi, tu es venu sur scène.
Thank you,
Curieux
Lisa.
et courageux. He worked really hard. He was pretty darn entertaining. Moi, je dis, les gens qui travaillent fort et qui sont entertainants, they well deserve at least 20 bucks. What do y'all say, Quebec? Cool. This is for you. Hold on to your curiosity. Continue à travailler fort. Continue à travailler fort. Face au public. On un grand salut. Give it up for Coom last time, everybody. Bravo, Coom. Coom, tu peux te sauver avec ta mère juste là. I would like to say a really big thank you, un grand merci à tous les hommes qui tiennent le poteau. Merci d'avoir me gardé en vie. Thank you so much. I also want to say a really big thank you to each and every one of you for stopping tonight to make this live stream performance possible. C'est grâce à des gens généreux comme vous tous que cet métier existe aujourd'hui. Merci Québec. Thank you so much, everybody. I love doing this. J'adore mon travail. Et oui, ça ici, c'est mon travail. C'est comme ça que je gagne ma vie. This here is how I make my living. Nobody actually pays me to perform here except for the awesome people watching the show. Not so funny anymore, is it? Look, at the end of the show, moi je vais tomber ici avec mon chapeau, graciously accepting your donations. Some people ask, what is a good donation for a show like this? C'est quoi une bonne donation? Moi je veux 50 cash chaque personne. In English, I would like $100 from each of you. Yes, I would. Look, the other day, I took my family out to ice cream. It cost me 30 bucks. And it lasted about 5 minutes. We just spent 45 minutes laughing and having a great time. Now at the end of the show, if you come up and say hello, thank you, merci, and you put something nice in my hat, like 20 bucks, that would really make my night. Mais la chose le plus important, c'est que votre donation vous fait sentir bien. If your donation makes you feel good, hopefully it'll make us both feel good. Just remember that giving $100 feels very good. Are you guys ready for the grand finale? Awesome. Un peu plus de tension sur toutes les cordes. A little bit more tension. Great. Personne bouge, nobody move. Jusqu'à temps que mes jambes soient collées ensemble, and then give me all you got. I'm about to give you my best. Can you guys pull a touch more this way? Okay, that's good. Perfect. Just like that. Thank you. Antoine, tu peux tirer un petit peu? Ok, ça c'est bon. How's the view from the cheap seats? Oh yeah, flash photography is perfect right now. Thank you. Let's add a level of difficulty. Do you have strobe mode? Eric, tu peux tirer un petit peu plus, s'il vous plaît? Ok, ça c'est bon. Merci Quebec, thank you! Now wait. Everybody stop. Please just don't walk away like these bastards were trying to do. Si vous avez pas d'argent, if you do not have cash, you do not have to go home feeling guilty. I've got a QR code. It takes Apple Pay, Google Pay, PayPal, les cartes de crédit, and Venmo. And look, if you did not like the show, you can come up and tip $50. That way at least we don't all go home disappointed. Guys on the pole, s'il vous plaît, restez là 2 minutes, because all of these people here still have to pay me. Merci, Quebec City.
All right, let's go get that QR code.
My name is Mason Ames. The donation station is officially open. Just remember, the more you give, the better you feel.
Let's get that.
And the more ice cream I eat with every meal. Merci beaucoup, and have a wonderful evening, everyone. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Merci, les amis. Thank you very much. Thanks for sticking it out on this late night. I appreciate it. That was not an easy one.
All right, how do I work this donation here? All right, we're gonna give 15 Canadian dollars donating with Google Pay. How's that sound? I think that was excellent. That guy was amazing. The kid was amazing. I don't want to show you guys my account information. Let's pump that through. Lorianne, 1 sec. I'm just waiting for this to go through. Ka-ching. All right. Lori M, thank you for the 2 months of membership. Thank you for the fun evening, Johnny. No, thank you to that incredibly entertaining busker. And thank you to Lisa as well for the $2. Chowdhury, enjoy travel in Quebec City. Did you take an airplane or car? You know, train was also an option, but thank you, Chowdhury. We took a plane. Note to self, save that receipt. I can add it to my taxes, can I? I don't know. Don't really care, but that guy was worth every penny. What an awesome, friendly dude. And that little kid apparently was from France. He's here visiting with his parents who were in the crowd. Dior NB, Real 1090, thank you. Thank you for the 1090. Let's just cross the street here. Oh, there's another busker over here. Thank you so much for the super chat. I find a lot of buskers kind of have long drawn out shows, but that guy was hilarious all the way through and ridiculously talented. And there's a reason why he was looking for, he was specifically looking for big, strong dudes to hold those cables, because literally his life was on the line. That was stupidly impressive, but thank you guys for coming along for the ride and watching that. All right, we could go. I have not been this way. I went the other way. There's like a Simon's and a Tim Hortons just on the other side. But they're probably closed at this point. Well, welcome to Quebec City, everyone. Rayford says, thank you for letting us watch it. At one point I was like, oh, we're gonna get demonetized with this music. No. But on the other hand, he was awesome, so we'll take the hit. Usually when you see live streamers walking around, they'll mute. Because if you get a lot of viewers, that can easily cost you quite a few pennies. But 10 out of 10 from that dude. And look at this. How stunning is this city? Let's not get run over by a car. Lisa says, not often I stand still. I picked the right time. Oh, look at this. There's the Simon straight ahead. That's like a main retail street. But Martin Van Owen, great to see, want to go soon. Martin, thank you so much. Thank you, Martin Van Owen. I wonder if I'm logged into YouTube with my right account here. It's not letting me heart your comments, but it's all good. Oh, you can see the Chateau Frontenac. They had buskers there earlier in the day as well. Grayford says you don't need French if you're in touristy Quebec City, but you might if you leave this area. That's probably true. Oh, I heard Hangul being spoken. There's the Simons. Little pro tip, if you're in the area and you need to use the restroom, pop into the Simons. They have one, but the Tim Hortons right next to it doesn't.
She's introduced me to all of her friends. All of them. What?
Baguette and chocolat. So this is kind of like their high street. There's an area that's pedestrianized just up ahead to the left. de Hotel de Ville. There's a gelato restaurant. So they're open. So this area is not too sleepy, actually. A lot of the retailers close a bit on the early side, but it's maybe sleepy if you're a fan of clubbing and that kind of nightlife, but bistro. Let's go on the other side of the street. It's pedestrianized just up ahead here. Resto Bar, Casablanca, Station Cadeau. Greg says, man, I love this city. Good choice, Johnny. Thank you. Here for a few more days. And no, I did not go to McDonald's for breakfast. They've got these barriers here. I'm guessing for emergency vehicles. They can be retracted. Late night cafe. Like, how nice is this? Greetings, Trojan Elk Explorer, Pizzeria, Flatbread.
So just don't lean on it.
Oh, look how clever that is. Raisna says, as a Torontonian, you're je suis jealous. I'm jealous of any city that trumps ours in terms of walkability.
One day on the bus.
This, and along with a lot of big European cities, are proof that cities can be walkable, livable, and bikeable and not cater to the automobile. We've got things ass backwards. So yeah, I'm jealous. Boutique Mary's Popcorn. Quai de Castor. So we're going to be leaving the old city in a minute. ice cream. Wetzel Bretzel. This is the kind of seats you see in Paris on a lot of their sidewalk patios. A fortified entranceway. Cortege likes Quebec City. Le Capitole. Well, if we spin around, you can see the gate we just walked through. Head to Rue Saint Joseph. Well, we are heading to Rue, my Airbnb. Right. Is that Poutineville across the street? Oh well. When in Rome, they went. I'm just gonna check my maps for a second here. I'm pretty sure we go one more block this way and then I make a right. Beffroi Steakhouse? Yeah, this looks right. Sorry, it's not like I walk around these streets very often. But if I know what I'm doing, we should be able to get to where I had fondue last night. Check this out. These, you want to cross the street? Do you touch it? You wave your hand under it. There's the Poutineville I ate at. I'm going up to Saint Jean, which is a lot to... Oh, this is Saint Jean. Yeah, if you go straight here, it's quite nice. I know what you're saying. If you go straight, there's quite a few things. There's a lot of people just kind of brazenly crossing the street here. But I want to show you guys something. This street, it's a little quiet right now, but there's a lot of shops and restaurants and bars on it. But I think the restaurant I went to is this way, and I'm probably going to include that street when I do a video. Yeah, Kelly, it is super cool. If you come to Quebec City, you better be prepared to work your calves because it is hilly. But there's a trio of really lovely restaurants right around the corner here on the left, if I'm correct. And the one is one that was highly recommended where we went last night. I posted a picture of that on my Instagram, and a lot of people mistook it for Switzerland. There's one Golden Rice restaurant. I think there's a seafood restaurant just here on the left, but this one we had to have reservations for. And they ended up turning away a lot of people who didn't have reservations, but this is it. They are closed right now. La Grola. Oh, the place next door is open. Alba Core. That's where I went last night and had the fondue. First time, possibly the last time, but I still enjoyed it. It's a very, very charming restaurant. Are you guys ready for something freaky? And I mean, pretty crazy. We're gonna be there in a moment. But first, we're gonna activate the crossing with my superpowers. All right, so we've got 19 seconds. Hey, Johnny, hello, Hank P. Christmas's fondue is heavy. Johnny, what's the best food I ate there so far in Quebec? Probably, whoa. Here I am just sitting here and we had the walk sign the whole way. Probably that UFO burger I just had from that restaurant, but also the poutine I had this morning or this early afternoon was excellent. Lisa says, this better deliver? How about this super expensive Mercedes AMG with a flat tire? Parked in the no parking zone. Okay, so this is interesting. Straight ahead, there's what I assume is a shelter. And across the street from the shelter was a park with about 40 police officers this morning. I think something went down. But between here and that park is this. I don't think the camera is doing this justice. This is an enormous staircase we're about to go down, and it is dark. If you chickened out of going down here or up here at night, heck, even during the daytime, it's a bit sketchy with some of the people we saw hanging out underneath the staircase. but it's the quickest way to the old city. Look at that, there's a house right there. Yeah, they've got these benches because it's a hell of a hike. Lorraine says that's a no from me. And look up. It just goes and goes. But yeah, now's the part where I don't really think I want to take the most direct route to my building. Just because I'm walking around holding a gimbal on a camera. That might draw attention. I'm not saying it's a bad area or anything, but this is the park that was crawling with cops this morning. And that's some kind of community center behind it. There's people camped out in the middle of the park. How different is this from where we just were? But it's still got that kind of quaint European vibe to it. Yeah, we're just gonna mosey on over to the other side of the street and mind our own business for a few blocks. It was a pretty good location though to get to from the airport. And there's a Metro supermarket right across the street. There's a YMCA right here. The Airbnb I'm staying at has a rooftop pool. That's pretty nice. It's also got fiber optic internet, which is pretty cool. Hey, that looks like it might be a real gym, not the bullshit thing masquerading as a gym in my building. I'm just going to keep the camera pointed this way. Nothing to see here. There's a crowd of about 50 people hanging out. Probably harmless, probably just trying to get by. But seeing all those cops this morning kind of made me rethink my initial assessment that, oh, this is a very safe and harmless area. Oh, look at that. It's a swimming pool over here. I thought this was like a gymnasium or something. They've completely drained the swimming pool at the Y. I don't know, but my 5G connection, I got 1,500 megabytes. So 1.5 gigabytes was my download speed over 5G. And I don't think we've had any connection problems or hiccups on this live stream. Speeds here have been excellent. One of the cool things about no rights on reds is it makes jaywalking a little easier. All right, there's a dude trying to get into that building over there. Well, my Airbnb is in a pretty new condo, very close to here. But this is as close as we're going to get there. So yeah, that was a fun stream. I want to thank everyone who tuned in. I want to thank our mods for their great work, Patreon supporters, channel members, everyone who sent support. And huge thanks to that performer and his volunteer, or I guess volunteers, there were several of them, for putting on a great show up at the Chateau Frontenac. Yeah, math doctor, strong internet. is a must. But we're going to be signing off now from Quebec City. It's an absolutely beautiful, stunning city. For the most part. Maybe not this immediate area, but 99% of it. Thank you, B. Coleman. Thank you, Are You Serious? Medano, cheers, Johnny. Great walk in Quebec City. Thank you, Medano. And thank you, everyone else who sent support. I didn't have an intro, but I should have an outro on this one. Jeanette, hopefully you're doing well. Estelle, Alex, and everyone else. I'm gonna go shower and hit the hay. Maybe tomorrow I'll take a whole day off from recording. But thank you, RD. Thank you, Chris G, B. Coleman, and everyone else. I gotta change one of my settings here. There we go. All right, guys, have a good one. How do you say yoink in Francais? Au revoir?